And just for point of order, I did know that my lucky feat also applies to death saving throws.
Yes,
so
it
I
does.
can never actually.
Yes, it does.
Well, I guess I could roll 2 ones in a row. I probably just jinxed myself, but
You are halfling through and through. Yeah.
Do it.
there's the first one.
Oh my god! Oh,
Did you
my
hack it to do that?
No.
Welcome, everyone. It is Point of Order, our weekly discussion of the D&D 5e rules, occasionally interrupted by some actual role-playing. This is episode 13 of our campaign, All the Time in the World, and
12.
Did it again.
no, it's actually 13.
So we
Let me
did a
check the
session
log.
0?
It's actually 12.
It's
12.
actually 13. You guys,
Okay.
it's actually 13.
Okay. You know, don't argue with the DM. Don't argue with the DM.
For reasons that will be discovered later. When last we left our intrepid adventurers, the party had discovered the lair of Larthakia, the last known dragonborn survivor of the disaster wrought by pending judgment. They entered the depths of Deepborn Cleft in an effort to discover more information about the Chronomaticum, a legendary artifact pursued by a mysterious group known as Inevitable Night. However, the party was attacked by strange lizard-like creatures with hard carapaces and acidic saliva drooling through their wicked fangs. And our intrepid heroes fought valiantly as they realized a magical source was fueling the hatching of these creatures' eggs. But despite their best efforts, the monsters overcame them, slaying Lucius and causing Valfire and Hror to flee, leaving Smiles behind in his death throes. And we pick up now where we left off, with Hror running and Valfire in tow. Hror, you are bolting down this naturally burrowed cavern between the main entrance hallway to the lair and this chamber beyond that you had fought these creatures in. You're dragging Valfire behind you. Valfire just kind of like flying in the air, like feet barely touching the ground as Hror, you're kind of booking through this area. What do you do?
Pop out, Owl.
Okay. Owl pops out in a burst of feathers. Oh, Hror, what sort of place is this?
Owl, everyone's dead. We're in trouble. If anyone comes behind me, attack them. And I'm going to keep going a little bit. I'm rooting around for the good berry, the one left that Valfire had.
I need
Okay.
to roll for another saving throw while he's dragging me along, because right now I have 1 success and no failures.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get to just in just a second. So you're running as fast as you can. You're looking for the one good berry. You leave Hror, or you leave Owl behind to kind of stand guard on the hallway, and you make it into the main hallway that you had entered. I need you to make a perception check to see if you can find the good berry.
It's an 8.
Okay. You're fumbling around. You are trying to find it. It is you are unable to locate it. Valfire, go ahead and make another death saving throw for me.
And just for point of order, I did know that my lucky feat also applies to death saving throws.
Yes,
so
it
I
does.
can never actually.
Yes, it does.
Well, I guess I could roll 2 ones in a row. I probably just jinxed myself, but
You are halfling through and through. Yeah.
Do it.
there's the first one.
Oh my god! Oh,
Did you
my
hack it to do that?
No, this one can throw my out. All right, roll
Nice.
again.
Go for it.
What are the odds? 1 in 400. 1 in 400 are the odds.
Oh yeah, no, 14. So
14,
another success.
All right. So 14, another success. All right, you're fine. The Hror, as you're pulling along, Valfire along, you hear a gurgle, sort of a gasping breath, and like sort of like the death rattle emanating from his lungs. But all of a sudden the breathing starts to come back a little more normal. You get super frightened for a second, but it seems that he's mostly recovered. All right, what are you doing, Hror?
Could I try and stabilize him really quickly?
Yeah, I need you to make a medicine check.
God, that's also a -2. No. It's a 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah. Step on him a little bit. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you are not able to staunch the flow of blood from the wound. There's some arterial blood kind of like spurting out in hot red spurts. All right. That was your action. Valfire, you should make another saving throw here.
That's a fail.
That's a failure. Okay, so we are at 2 successes and 2 failures for Valfire.
Oh, 2 successes, 1 failure.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
2 successes and 1 failure for Valfire.
Unless you want to count his medicine check as a failure.
No,
Which I-
No.
you can't really do more damage if you're trying to heal somebody. All right, Hror, it's back to your turn. What are you gonna do?
Challenge accepted.
I know, right? Again, I'm going for this good berry at this point. Going for
Alright.
the good berry.
Go and make a perception check so you can find it.
It's a 6.
I think this time, with advantage, because you checked in new spots, right?
Right?
Right? No. Unfortunately, you're unable to find it. And Valfire, I need you to make another save here.
Hey,
Roll
let's go.
20!
Roar! What is going on?
Valfire, good berry, give it to me, bud.
And I reach into my special prison wallet and I pull it out and I give it to him.
Perfect. I grab it, and I go, if you don't hear from us, man, come back and kill these things, and book it back into the hallway. And I will, in my head to Owl, go, tell me what you see, bud. What's happening? I need to know where Smiles is.
Okay. As you snatch the good berry out of Valfire's hand and start booking it back towards the chamber beyond, you we're gonna turn over to Smiles. Smiles, you know darkness and memories of a time past, good times past, thinking of the of a love lost and the warm embrace of that love as the two of you travel about the broken waste with the Scorched Stage Theater Company, and making a life for yourselves that you didn't think maybe was going to be possible kind of in your earlier days, until your thoughts bring you back to that tragic event that ended it all so dramatically and so unfairly. The cruel world kind of taking its toll on the good luck that had bestowed you, just kind of snatching it away. The pain is almost unbearable, and you find the emotional trauma physically daunting to you. The hollow feeling in your chest cavity of witnessing the demise of your love once more is just too much to bear. But the shock of that pain shakes you awake as you look up to find what used to be Lucius, but someone now bearing a different form with feathers instead of a rich, deep sort of black fading into kind of an iridescent sort of bluish color, now bright red, flaming orange almost, and shedding this ethereal sort of glow around him. This halo-like appearance is basically obscuring your vision. And in that moment, you realize now that the danger is not yet over, as these creatures are still swarming all around you, and Lucius urges you to get out as fast as you can before he turns around, and with these fists and feet that are coated in this sort of magical flaming aura, he just starts whacking on these creatures as hard as he can. There's a give and take here as the creatures get a few licks in, and he gives a few shots, but it is the battle itself is over relatively quickly, and suddenly you're just kind of lying there watching this figure of Lucius just kind of staring at you as he kind of strides towards you, the glow slowly starting to fade off of him. What do you do?
I say under my breath, the phoenix rises again? It can't be. And I'd say, Lucius, is that you?
Bro, man. It's like, it's always been me, man. Why aren't you running? I told you to run. Like, get.
Let's go together. Come with me.
Yeah, I told you, man. I'm like totally gonna cover your escape. You gotta go. You're like dead. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm dead too. I don't know. Get out of here. And Lucius like continues to push Smiles while he's like covering the escape.
Okay.
Making sure that no creatures are around and alive.
Yeah. So the last of the creatures kind of at death's door decides it wants no more to do with Lucius and starts burrowing directly through the ground in an attempt to escape, leaving a pile of a pebbly sort of rubble behind it as it flees underground. Smiles, you are very badly wounded at this point. You come back to life with essentially 1 hit point. And Lucius, what do you do? Are you guys leaving?
I hardly shepherd him out of this room. I'm like, go, man. And I'm like defending the escape. Okay,
got it. Nothing seems to be pursuing you as you exit the room. You're kind of looking about, fists at the ready, but there are no assailants at the moment. Smiles, are you leaving?
Yeah. I head out in front of Lucius.
Okay. And it's at that moment where you kind of come around the corner. You almost, Hror, you almost barrel directly into Smiles, who is up and about and walking towards you. And behind him, you see the red-orange feathered figure of Lucius now walking towards you as well. It looks like there are wisps of light kind of trailing from behind him, slowly fading into darkness, the normal darkness of the tunnel as he kind of strides towards you. A fuller, more confident Lucius, who seems to be sort of awash in this arcane sort of mystical energy.
Miles, Lucius, what, God, what's happening? Let's go.
Man.
Let's get safe. Let's go.
Bro, get going, man. Smiles is okay. Let's go. And he like tries to just push you guys through the backwards, back out of here.
I'll start backing up, but I'm still looking at them. Walking back. But I grab Smiles.
I'm very disoriented, just kind of confused, and I get close to Hror and put my hand on his shoulder. If I can reach his shoulder, I assume I can reach his shoulder.
Yeah.
Just kind of stabilize myself as I walk out.
I pick him up, pop the very dirty good berry into his mouth, and yell at Owl to go. Just let us know if anything's coming, man. Go into that room. Let us know.
All right. Owl dutifully flies off and makes his way into the chamber beyond, where you cannot see any longer. The rest of you exit the tunnel and make your way into the long hallway that you had first entered into the presumed lair of Larthakia, where the glowing runes sort of still flicker, casting an eerie sort of light around, creating an almost sort of iridescent glow around Lucius before the glowy sort of aura starts to finally fade away, and he looks sort of normal, still with the red orange feathers, but looking rather less luminescent now.
At this point, I reach into my pocket and I take out the good berry that Valfire had given me before I fell, and I say, "Does anybody need this?"
Well, I think we all need it, but I think Lucius needs it. Lucius, how are you walking? What's happening? I saw you go down, man.
Bro, man, you telling me, man? I'm pretty sure I'm dead. But I'm not dead. It's like mondo confusing, man. Like, because I saw some stuff and I heard some stuff and I met some people and they were like dead, but maybe not dead. Maybe they were gods. I don't know, man. But they were like arguing about me, and they were like, one dude's like, "Hey, man, that's my dude," and this woman was like, "No, man, this dude's for me," and I'm like, can you guys just talk to me? Like, I'm right here. And it was like weird. And then I wake up and like my feathers, which I love those black, like super shiny feathers, man. And just like now I'm like weird looking. I don't know, man. But I got Smiles out of there. He's good. Somehow I know, Smiles, how did I mean, I think I healed you. I don't know, man. But then I like fought, and then like things happened, and like things shot out my hands, and I was like, phew, and I was like, everyone's like, ah. And like, man, it was crazy, man. And then I'm like, out of here. So like, I think I'm dead. I'm pretty sure this is a dream. You guys look the same, which is cool. Wait, is this purgatory, man? What?
Valfire, you're the
What?
dead guy. Do you understand what the hell he's talking about?
Yeah, man. What's going on?
For a second, I thought perhaps this was not Lucius. But as he rambles on, clearly, this must be the astral projection of our friend. He'll leave us
Dude.
eventually.
Dude, it's possible, man. Totally could be an astral projection, man. I don't know. I was like, at one point, I was like flying like in the most bodacious cloud, man. And the wind was like at my wing, and there was this like heat vent going up, man. And I was just like, I didn't even have to flap my wings, man. Ooh, bro, it was bodacious.
I
And
cannot
then
believe
here I am.
cannot believe you recorded an episode and didn't tell us. You
It's a little one. It was just a little one.
You
It's a wee one. It's a wee one.
Hey Tom, are you ready for this? Timestamp it. You mother. You mother.
Well,
Stop
I
your
don't care.
chitter chatter. We need to.
I've got
He's
Owl. I got
been out
Owl
of this
doing
game.
laps. I got Owl doing laps. He'll let us know. He'll let us know if any of those things show up.
Hey
I
Raj.
promise.
Raj, at this point, Lucius kind of takes stock of the party and notices just everyone is like banged up. First question: what is my state?
Mm-hmm. You have 1 hit point.
Okay, so we're all banged up.
Yes, you're all very banged up. Yeah.
Okay. Bros, things hurt that I didn't know existed, man. And so like we need to like find shelter, do like a restaroo, like bandage each other up, man, and then like live to fight another day.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, that storm's
I mean,
going.
but I'm dead.
crazy.
So like you guys live. I'm gonna like maybe haunt you. I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh,
like-
the worst ghost. I mean, I'll take a peek back.
It's not one of those, is it?
Oh God.
He's just gonna be with us forever.
I'm gonna pop Owl and pop him back to me and
Quickly,
and
someone just finish me off.
ask him to
Someone
fly outside and
just
check. Tell me
finish
if the
me
storm
off.
is still going crazy. Can we climb up, or are we in trouble? Are we staying?
Okay.
here?
I mean, you can actually see from where
you
you
can,
are,
okay.
like down
Yeah.
the hallway. It's the rain has lessened quite a bit, but it's still pretty stormy outside, and you can hear like cracks of thunder, like peals of thunder from outside. And the occasional sort of like flash of lightning as the outside is illuminated with purple lightning.
I gotta learn to make us a shelter. I think
We
we
need to
bed
at
down-
least at least
ahead.
take 2 hours. 2 of us can stay watch. The other 2 rest. Something like that, where we can recoup.
Oh, I think we were.
What about this cave? What about this cave? Before we got so deep into it, it wasn't so bad.
Let's do that. Well, I'll have Owl just stay in that room, fly down that room, and let us know if anything shows back up. At least we can go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, if I draw some of this water, I can make a wall, 10-foot by 5-foot wall that can protect us a bit.
Okay. Let's do
Shoot
that.
in the water.
The hallway is like 20 feet wide, by the way. But
Well, I can make some barriers.
sure. Okay. All right. So your intent then is to try to take a long rest.
So Smiles is going to go into
At least
his
a short rest to start.
his equipment
Okay.
and start laying out the bear traps at the front of the cave, and then past where the creatures were coming from. So
Okay.
basically, where all those rooms come in. So we're in the section before all the hallways.
Yes.
And so now there's no entrances to where we are. It's
Yes. Yeah.
you know,
Understood.
they're lined on both sides.
Yeah, got it. Okay, yeah, you set the traps, and you attempt to at least start a short rest. Who is keeping watch at this point?
I'm keeping
Smiles
watch.
is passed out.
Yeah, Lucius will probably keep watch.
Okay, Lucius and Hror.
Yeah.
are keeping
Oh,
watch.
yeah.
Is that it? Okay, got it. So I need both of you to make a perception check. One of you can assist the other, or you can both make independent checks. Whatever you like.
I'll
Point of
assist
order.
you.
Point of order. Are we long resting or short resting?
I think we're long resting.
Okay.
I think we should short rest
Sure.
first,
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
and then
a good point.
try to long rest if we can.
So if we're gonna short rest first, then before Smiles passes out, he'll muster everything he can, and he'll sing to you guys. Your bard will play a soothing tune to help us sleep till afternoon. Our bard will restore our health and make sure we're in topmost wealth. And it'll be a song of rest for those rolling.
What does that do again?
It means
Adds
you
a
can roll an
D6.
extra d6 of hit points to gain.
Okay.
If you
so
short rest.
I'm gonna short rest now, and then we'll attempt a long rest if we can. Rush.
Okay, got it. Okay, so go ahead and give me
Perception
those
check
perception
with
checks.
advantage,
Yeah.
Lucius.
With advantage?
I'm vigilant.
Oh, advantage. Thank God, because I rolled a crit fail.
Nice. Great. We died.
And then I rolled a 17, so that's 21. Rush.
21. Okay. Yeah, nothing seems to catch your notice. You do occasionally hear the sounds of the chittering of these animals and what sounds like the scratching of them as they sort of crawl behind the walls, but they never make themselves apparent in this area. It's sort of a nerve-wracking time, but you do manage to get a short rest in before after an hour. What would you all like to do at this point?
Take a look. I mean, I'm gonna ask Owl as if he's seen anything in there at all.
Okay. You're just telepathically communicating with him, or okay, yeah. No, Hror, there's been no motion in this room at all. I've seen nothing making movement, or these strange creatures you described have not made themselves apparent. I would, however, like to take this opportunity to discuss with you the field of runic symbology, which I have coined both the phrase and invented the field to help better understand the different strokes of penmanship that might mark interesting convolutions in the runic.
Albert, I'm really tired, and I do. Is it gonna help me? You know what? We'll talk about this pretty soon. Okay, I promise.
You promise, of course. Of course, yes. I understand you're quite weary at this point. We can table this conversation, but truly, Hror, truly
There's
some
interesting
remarkable
stuff going on though here with Lucius. Lucius died, but you were gone. We got to talk about that. But Lucius died, and now he's walking around. We got to figure this out.
Yes, of course. The larger bird seems to have a more important thing to deal with. Of course, I understand. I'll go back to my studies, and well, I'll just let you know if anything shows up here in this room.
I appreciate it. Thank you, bud.
So good. I love the bird be bird.
Bird.
Jealousy.
Oh, of course, it's him. It's him. Oh, so he needs help.
Why don't you ask him to watch? I'm sure he has advantage on his perception checks.
Yeah. Roar, filled with guilt, will keep staying up for first watch here for this
Okay.
long. And
you and I are both on first watch, so
Yeah, I can. I'm happy to take first watch and just turn a wild shape into a wolf, and then take the first watch.
All right, yeah, that's yours.
Or the second watch, whatever it needs.
second watch.
You guys
Second watch is
stayed up.
yours.
You guys technically stayed up for for the first hour, so
Yeah.
technically you guys haven't short rested at all.
I mean, short rest is not.
Yeah, they could have
watching
taken
short rest.
They could have taken
They
a
could-
short rest.
see,
That's just sitting around, not really doing
Okay.
anything, but staying
Okay.
vigilant is still, is still.
I'm just breathing
Got it.
hard.
Okay.
Bandaging up.
Yeah.
Putting on salves and bombs.
All right, I wasn't sure if we could keep watch.
Rory
and get a
Rory
rest.
salvages by using like slight firebolt, slight green flame blade, just like on the cut parts, just to suture everything.
You're cauterizing your own
Cauterizing.
wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
burning even more hair off in the process, creating more sort of
Right.
ridiculous sort of bald spots all over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Go ahead and make another perception check to finish your watch, either with advantage or separately.
This advantage for me.
Yep, indeed. Learn my lesson.
Ooh,
Perception.
oh my god! I just rolled 2 20s.
Nice.
How?
Nice.
Why did I
Us.
waste 2 20s?
I know, right? When you were had saving throws, death saving throws.
Taking a picture of this because it's too good.
There are nothing else seems to catch your notice during the rest of your watch. It's quiet, and the animals, these vicious creatures, seem to even stop their chittering or their skittering about, and have seemed to kind of settle down.
Just
the watch
sitting
finishes uneventfully.
Sitting next to Lucius with my rapier out.
Okay.
Hey Matt, help me understand. I mean, do you feel stronger? Do you feel what? This is a pretty helpful skill. Like, can we just throw you at stuff in the future and you could die and come back and it's not a big deal?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I
I'm
saw
not
your
even
chest get caved in, bud.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, man. But like, I'm not 100% sure like what's going on. Like, I'm alive? Question mark, man. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm super glad I was able to help Smiles, man, and feels like the party's in a good place right now. But man, is this temporary? I don't know, man. I feel real different, super weird. Things happened. Talked to people. Not 100% glad about all that. Felt different. You asked me if I felt stronger, man. I felt different, man. Like, I had some stuff coming out of me that like has never come out of me. Don't know what that is. Can't understand it. Need to figure that out. Maybe if I'm gonna live. I don't know, man. It's weird. Super weird, man. But you know what? I'm just thankful I'm here with you and Smiles, and yeah, I guess Valfire too, man. He's all right. He's good peoples. But yeah, still catching some oxygen, man.
I'll slowly give a couple punches. It's clearly an opening of a fight we've done before, but just slowly enough to see if you'll react like normal.
Yeah. I mean, he reacts like normal. It's
Okay.
like it's the old. It's the same.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
If Lucius dozes off, I'll talk to Al in my head and go, "Hey, Al, these runic symbols and stuff, can they help us? I don't know. Can they help us fight stuff? That's all I care about these days."
Oh well, not exactly. I mean, it's not really sort of a combat technique, more of an academic pursuit, during which we might better understand the motivations and the characteristics of those who came before us, and imparted us with the knowledge through runes and the arcane symbolism that are contained therein. I think there are some stark differences between the runes that were formed by the dwarves and the elves, and much of it had to do
I'm not a dwarf or an elf. I'm so boring. All right, never mind. You just keep studying. Keep studying. We all need hobbies. It's good.
All right. Perhaps another time we can discuss. I would love to show you my latest theory on the. All right, fine. I'll just continue to keep watch.
My favorite recurring gag. It's so good. Every time he starts, I'm like, ooh, how's he gonna play this time? Same.
Also,
sweet.
I'm also wondering how long Tom gives him for like a leash on how long. He'll let
Yeah,
him
that was
go.
that was a long leash right there. I was like, maybe he's actually gonna listen.
Rory's tired. Yeah. He needs help.
All right. So, all right. The rest of your watch passes uneventfully. What do you guys do?
We'll wake up Valfire.
Okay. You wake up Valfire. Valfire, what are you doing during this watch?
I will turn into a direwolf and just smell and perceive around, see what's going on.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me as you turn into a direwolf.
9.
All right.
9.
As the form of the beast takes over, you
just go running into the wood.
You lose control of your senses, and you do make a mad dash away from the party, down the tunnel, and into the previous chamber in which you fought those creatures. And as you look around through your feral eyes and perceive with your feral senses, you see Owl kind of perched up, on sort of like a what do you call it, like a lamp post, like a brazier, and just kind of like cocking his head, kind of staring quizzically at you. But you feel a terrible urge to just kind of like root around and start sniffing, looking for something to eat, something to feast on, when the broken sort of gelatinous eggs of these lizard-like creatures, some of them still remaining, catch your attention. You make your way towards them, and the hunger just overcomes you, and you start devouring them, biting into them with thick, viscous fluid just kind of like dripping out of them as they burst inside your mouth. And the tiny sort of barely fleshy insides of these creatures just swallowing them almost whole as they sort of slip down your gullet in a sort of greasy fashion.
Are we about witnessing like an alien type situation here?
It's sort of, actually, you don't even see it unless you follow him into the room. He just kind of
no. I'm just me the player is wondering.
Yeah, it's sort of alien like. Yeah.
Well, that was definitely last session, right?
Yeah. Seriously.
I'm just hoping there's no chest bursters.
No.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
They turn off the switch, right? So, all right. I forgot about that.
So with your hunger sated, Valfire, you return to your senses within the wolf's form, kind of coming back to and realizing what had just happened. What do you do?
I will think to myself, say, what is going on? Mother Ganera, she said this wouldn't happen. And I'll head out and just look out into the sky. Like I'll work my way back to the hallway where everyone's sleeping and go look out and stare out into the sky, and just look towards pending judgment and just question what's going on with the moon, and is fearful of the future, but we'll keep watch nonetheless.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check then, as you maintain your vigil over the party.
27.
Very good. All right, on a natural 20, very good. You notice nothing untoward for the rest of your watch. However, as you look at Lucius, you do notice something different about him. Aside from the his new sort of red feathery complexion, you also notice that from your other two compatriots, Hror and Smiles, there is a sort of dull silvery light kind of emanating from their chest, very faint, from the symbol that that had been placed upon you all by the Argent when you were inducted into the Argent Society. On Lucius, that symbol is not visible. Like underneath his feathers, before you were seeing like a glow occur from it, but on him, it's actually dulled. There's no radiant glow coming from that symbol.
And do I see the symbol on my wolven form as well?
You do see the symbol on your wolven form. It's buried under your thick fur, but it's still there.
Still evident. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make note of it, as it's very peculiar.
Okay.
How long is the average watch?
3-4 hours.
Okay. At some point halfway through the watch, after 2 hours, I would have turned back into my halfling form to finish out the rest of my watch.
Sure. Okay.
And I'll just go over and inspect Lucius as he's sleeping in more detail.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation, or I mean, if you're not getting handsy with him, you can make a perception check to try to proceed.
I'm getting handsy.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
3.
Yes, he is a feathery, bird-like humanoid.
He looks the same to me. He looks
exactly
identical.
This is Lucius. He was always red. I don't know why everyone was saying anything before. Was he not always red? He must have been.
I think we were just always seeing him at night.
Yes, he was always. It was a dark red. And
Paul, what color are my eyes?
But I wonder what happened with this symbol. I probably just didn't notice it before. He didn't agree to join the Argent Society. Lucius, well, I'll have to share this with Smiles. He's the smart one in the group. And I'll go and wake up Smiles.
All right. Is this at the end of your rest, or are you
towards the end of my rest?
Yeah, you're sure your watch. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of your watch, you'll wake up. Go ahead and wake up Smiles. Yeah. Okay. Smiles, you are awoken by Valfire.
Smiles.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. What I miss?
You look better. You didn't miss much. But I did notice that our friend, Lucius, he seems to be missing the Argent Society emblem on his body, like you have right there, and I point at his body. Do you think that has to do with him and the way he says man less than he did before?
I'll tell you one thing. We're not going to lose a friend again. We've been too nice. We've given people chances. We shouldn't give chances.
I see.
We should strike.
Do you mean that we've been too nice to the bad guys, and so now we're just gonna kick ass and take names, and we're all done taking names? Is that what you mean by that?
You out of bubblegum?
We don't even have parchment. Or ink.
Yes.
Exactly. And it's at that point Smiles begins to shapeshift into Dragonborn. Bright red scales and 2 horns coming off of his crown, and red eyes and fierce teeth. and he says, "This is war."
I like the new form. It's vicious.
Yes, and I will viciously mock all that cross us.
You were so squishy, though. We need to get you something less squishy. Perhaps some armor of sorts.
I only need the rage. Rage is armor.
All right. Sounds good. I'm going to go back to bed.
All right, Smiles, go ahead and give me a perception check as you finish out the long rest here.
That's a 20.
All right, dirty 20. You also finish the watch uneventfully as you notice nothing sort of coming or making itself apparent to you during this time, and eventually the rest of your party stirs, and you all arise to a much needed welcome long rest here in this dank, dusty tunnel, but you have successfully recovered.
Take a long rest. Just confirming.
You have taken a long rest. You can push the button.
Sweet.
Push the button.
Button pressed. All right.
Oh. Popping out right back to me. Oh, go ahead. I'm just asking. Nothing?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Nothing? Nothing? I'm grabbing him. I'm like, nothing? You saw nothing?
Nothing wrong. Please, nothing at all.
Keep us informed. Throw him down the tunnel.
Okay. So Owl flies on ahead, and you realize now that the path that you had started to take still lies before you as you attempt to traverse this this layer in search of any clue that might lead towards the location of some information regarding the Chronomaticum.
Mm-hmm.
So as you make your way back to the chamber in which you fought these larger creatures, you see before you the glowing, the no longer glowing orb that had been sort of crackling with energy, like after Smiles had flipped that switch, that was that had kind of died down and stopped the eggs from hatching. But on either side of that orb, you see doors, ornate doors leading sort of to in the circular chamber, like to the left and to the right, essentially.
These were not the ones that we came through initially. You know, there are
No.
two hallways leading.
That's right. Yeah. So there. So as you enter the chamber through that hallway you had initially entered through, you see there's a boulder kind of blocking the main entrance. There are two doors kind of on the north wall, sort of like one going left, one going right, and then another sort of burrow tunnel leading opposite of the direction that you came in.
Is Lucius's? There's not a Lucius remains of Lucius's body there, is there?
Make a perception check.
Ooh, I'm gonna make a perception check because I'm
Spooky.
That's a 12.
Well, you don't see a
12 as
body
well.
of any kind about.
Do we see
Or bones or any kinds of remains?
Is there a
bloodstains?
chalk outline? Is there a chalk outline?
I mean, no. I mean, with the 12, that you don't really notice anything untoward or different. Did somebody else roll perception?
I did. I rolled a 12 as well, but I'm basically Lucius makes his way to where he fell and kind of stands over the ground, just kind of looking at it.
Okay, make an investigation check for me.
Man, I'm not rolling well right here. 10.
10. Yeah, I mean, nothing speaks to remains of a former self or anything like that.
I'm going to go over the orb, and I'd like to look at it and figure out if I can, I don't know, see if there's any markings or anything that might give me an idea of where it came from or what it's about.
I'm right there with you. I'm looking for how this, magically was able to supercharge some eggs.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an Arcana check as you approach the orb.
That's a 19.
19.
That's 14, whatever.
14.
Yeah.
Okay. So Smiles, you're not 100% sure about the nature of this device, but you do know that this is some sort of conduit for some for like some for arcane energy, essentially. You get the impression that the uh let's see. So with the 19, I'll say one, you notice that the stand that the orb sits on, like sort of like this column, is somewhat damaged. There seems to be like several cracks in it, and there seem to be some sort of like faintly glowing arcane mist slowly pouring out of the sides. What
How
you
deep are the
intuit
cracks?
they're the deepest of cracks.
They're deep cracks? Okay.
They're super deep cracks, yeah.
Like east deep or west
There
deep?
is one on the east, and then there is
Oh.
one in the west. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yes.
I hate this. I hate this. Move on.
There are you notice that this thing is ordinarily probably used to channel arcane energy of some sort, but not that powerful. This was maybe like some sort of arcane lamp or light or something. Probably just used for illumination, but since it was broken, it was sort of just like flickering and kind of glowing out of control. And like its energy was just sort of being cast everywhere.
So it's a light switch and a light. I love it.
Yeah. You also notice that the eggs, the nest of eggs that were being hatched, have completely disappeared.
And does it look like there's a mess there? Like where they were, it's clean. They're gone.
It's relatively clean, although there was like sort of like sloppy goop sort of like everywhere. But the eggs are completely disappeared.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I turn to Roar and I say, have you seen one of these before? I think it's a. Oh, sorry. I'm now Vadim. Have you seen one of these before? It seems like just light bulb or a lamp like you use from the magic.
Yeah, it seems pretty simple. I think I'm more interested. I'm checking out these doors here. Can I take a look? I mean, do they look? I don't know. Tell me about these doors, Raj.
Yeah, I mean they are relatively simple doors. They're kind of the first thing you notice is that they're metal. They're made of metal, and they're not particularly ornately crafted or anything. It's purely functional sort of slabs of metal.
Mm-hmm. We'll look around and go, well, guys. I mean, we gotta figure out what Larthakia left around for us. I mean, can I look around the rest of the room too? I mean, is there anything that stands out aside from these doors?
Make a perception or investigation check if you're
investigation.
Yeah, okay.
It's another 14.
14. You don't notice anything else untoward in this room or anything kind of else sticking out prominently.
Well, I mean, I'll take the right door.
Yes, I will follow you.
Okay, yeah.
Let us go, comrade.
Again, I've got Owl perched on my shoulder, and I'm ready to just hurl him through the door.
Okay.
While you're having this conversation, by the way, Lucius is still just staring at the ground, lost in thought.
Okay.
That's the perception of 8. I don't notice.
All right.
You know, Hror, you could have Owl go to other side of door. Just make him appear there.
Actually, so you do, Lucius, you do notice as you're staring at the floor, you bend down and you pick up a single jet black feather with sort of fading into an iridescent kind of blue at the tip.
He like slowly, dramatically stands up, and in his palms, he's just holding this like feather, staring at it, like not sure what to make of it. Kind of aware as he's holding this, like he sees his own feathers, none of which at this point resemble anything like this feather, right? They're all completely different colors. And he is just, it's like his mind is awash with like moments of the battle and his death and everything that happened since then. And yeah, just like deep in that feather.
Valfire will walk up next to him, put his small halfling hand on top of him, and say, "You were once Lucius the Black. You shall now be called Lucius the Red. Forever." Is this common among your people? Do you guys molt and shed colors? Confused. Or is this perhaps a way of the wind? Something with your monk training. You can change color. I saw you die, my friend. Is this just part of your being?
Lucius is quiet for a moment. He like flinches at your touch, but doesn't like recoil. He just like flinches. Raj, do I need to make a roll for anything, or do I just?
What are you trying to do, or what do you want to
He
accomplish?
actually hears the question, and he knows that some birds do molt, and their feathers do change color.
Mm-hmm.
But it is usually like the eagles will change from like a brown to like they'll get the full white. The bald eagle like will get the white. But that is like a subtle like gradient change. It's not.
I know baby birds become adult birds. They change. Were you a baby bird before, and now you're a big boy bird? We're the biggest of birds.
Go ahead. I should have made you yellow. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Insight 15.
Yeah, nothing about you and your people's.
Yeah,
this does not spark. They do undergo some molting, like as a sign of maturity, right? But you did that a long time ago. So this is not like this is you were not expecting this at all.
He turns to Valfire. Goes, bro, man, dude, I'm full grown. My molting period is done. I was supposed to be jet black with that beautiful, and look at it, beautiful. And he holds the feather. Look at the sheen on that, man. That was me. That's how I lived. That's my parents, man. They won't recognize me like this, man. I don't know what's going on. But this isn't normal, man. I don't know what this is, man.
Well, perhaps you'll change colors a little bit later. If you were reborn. Were you red when you were first born and then you turned to black? Man. They say that all birds are the same color and then they all change color later. That's what I heard.
I don't think that's a thing, man. Feels like anti-avian of you, man.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry, my friend. But listen, I'm here for you as you go through this. Well, all of us almost died.
Yeah,
and I appreciate your sacrifice. Perhaps your monk god brought you back for a reason. That's all I can assume.
We haven't really discussed whether there's a monk god, but Lucius is like, yeah, man, whatever happened to me, someone stronger than us, more powerful than me, sent me back, I think. But I don't think it was a monk god, man. Not one that I know.
Interesting. Maybe it was Mother Nature.
Not hearing any of this, I'll turn around, having gripped the door handle, and go, okay, everyone get ready to go, okay? Hold the door and throw Owl through and close the door again.
All right. So we will go ahead and take a quick break and figure out what happens as Owl is attempted to be shoved through the door.
All right.
All right. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Did you guys really record an episode, a middle episode?
Yeah, we did.
This explains...
Is that why it's 13? Is that why it's 13?
That's why it's 13.
Exactly. That's why it's 13.
Terrible person.
Son of a...
We're the worst.
Well done.
Is this why you weren't available on Thursday?
All right, and we're back, picking up from where we left off. Hror, you attempt to open the door. I need you to make an athletics check to try to get the door open.
Love to. Athletics +1. It's a 2.
2, yeah. There was something definitely jamming the door, and the metal door, while it's made of metal, it seems to be like kind of on the thin side, but you hear it definitely kind of like rattling inside the frame as it seems to be like kind of jammed against something.
Little help here, guys. Let's I'm ready. Like, I want some revenge. Let's go find some of these things and kill them.
I can help you.
Bring it, little man.
No, Lucius is sluggish to make his way over there.
All right, so whoever's helping you can give advantage on the athletics check.
Yeah. Do I roll a new advantage for athletics check?
I'm just little halfling just pulling the gigantic.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love
Yeah,
it.
go ahead and roll another check if he's helping you with advantage.
Terrific. 19.
19. Okay. Yeah, you manage to pull the door open. It swings wildly from the hinges, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as a ton of rubble just pours out of the door frame, showering everyone in rocks and dust, and everyone starts coughing and hacking. But yeah, what'd you get on dexterity?
18.
18. Yeah, you're good. You managed to sidestep as this rock fall just kind of like pours all the way through. But yeah, you're seems to be fine. But the way it looks completely occluded by rubble that has kind of like fallen through.
Rose, I don't think that's the way.
So that one?
Yeah, man.
Okay. I'm gonna definitely position myself when I get this door open. Make sure we won't get hit by all these rocks.
Sure.
Which room did you throw Owl in?
Well, I wanted to throw him through this one, but the rocks kind of got in the way. Are you gonna give me a little tug again? A little tuggaroo there, Valfire?
Not when you say it like that.
Please?
All right, fine.
Yes. It's an 8. A lot of great
8.
rolls with advantage. With advantage.
With advantage. Unfortunately, the two of you pull and pull and pull, but Valfire's little tugging is not enough to help pry the door open.
Phrasing.
Yep.
Lucius,
can I take...
shall we show them how it is done?
Oh yeah, do it. Show me.
I mean, bro, man, if you want to do that, that's cool. I'll help out. No problem.
You have one wing, just gently.
You said what kind of a persuasion check? So Smiles goes up to the door and he says, "Hello, door. You should open now for all of us. Why we have to open for you?"
Lucius pulls the door.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check.
No advantage.
Unless Smiles is actually helping physically.
Yeah, I'll physically help.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Athletics check, 24.
Oh, nicely done. All right.
Holding that 20 again.
Very good.
Tonight. 3 tonight.
Very good. Very good. All right. You pull the door open with a hard yank, and a similar situation as rubble starts to pour out, and the way looks occluded. The room is now filled with all kinds of just dust and little pebbles, and yeah, it looks like all points of egress that would propel you forward seem to be blocked off, or ingress, I should say.
Are the holes in the ground where the things went are still there?
They are still there.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Owl down them.
Okay, they're actually full of like loose sort of rubble and like pebbles. So it's not like a hole you could go down, but like it's kind of loose. You could kind of spread it apart if you wanted to try.
Bro, man, can you like turn Al into a worm and have him go in those holes, man?
I've never tried. I don't think so. But also, how the hell? What are we gonna become worms too? I think Valfire is the only one who could probably do that.
No, man, Owl, man. Like he could at least figure out if there's a way through.
Sure. Let me think on that.
So the walls.
This room. Go ahead. Yeah.
So there, just to clarify, Raj, I'm thinking of the room as like roughly oval or circular. There is a door with a boulder that was blocked that it came into the room underneath. There are 2 pathways that went like this into the chamber that we're in right now, and there's 2 doors on the other side of the chamber which we're trying to get through, but they're both occluded by rocks.
Mm-hmm.
And so
technically, you never went in that other side passage. So
okay.
The other side.
Bros, man, we should probably make sure that other side passage doesn't have a side passage of its own.
Yes, this is good idea. The bird is smart.
I'll
let's
lead
go
the
this
way. I'll lead the way. I'm just worried about him. I'm leading the way. I'm pushing through.
Okay. All right.
Worried about Lucius?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. You do.
Man, I'm already dead, man.
You make your way into the passage, and around the first bend, actually, you do see a hole in the area where the wall sort of meets the ceiling. So kind of heading diagonally upward, essentially. But it looks like there's a hole that you could try to crawl through. Essentially, it's relatively narrow.
Oh, I'm
Owl?
just going.
Would
I'm
you
just-
say it's a halfling-sized hole?
Oh.
A halfling, you could walk through it probably crouching down, but the slope is pretty. It's at a relatively steep angle.
I'll pick you up by the scruff of your neck, set you on there, and then go lead the way there, bud. And fun fact about bugbears, they actually fit into smaller spaces than their actual size. So
That is true.
I will kind of suck my skeleton in.
What does that mean?
A bugbear is this weird thing where if they're a medium creature, they can fit into small creature sizes.
Oh, because they're just mostly hair? Is that why?
I think so. I think I can just retract some bones. Mostly cartilage.
That's why, like when when Rory gets soaking wet, he's like this tiny little stick figure of a thing, except when he puffs out his hair, it's just like
That's right.
Exactly.
it's like a Pomeranian.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm, mhm.
All right. So you're perching Valfire on there, and Valfire, you're going in.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm right behind him.
All right. Do you have a light source? It is actually pitch black inside of that inside this little tunnel.
Am I still glowing?
No, you are no longer glowing.
I will
I'll
tap
just.
the top of his head and cast light on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. You don't have. Well, you could do that. I'll happily take that. I also can cast produce flame on my hand, on my fingertips, and use that for light.
I like the idea of lighting up the top of your head like a beacon.
Okay.
Or a target.
You light up my hood, the
Yeah.
top of my hood.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why Batman always dressed up Robin in that bright red outfit with the yellow cape and the green pants.
You
Go
wouldn't
forth,
kill-
decoy. I mean Robin.
You wouldn't kill a kid. Oh, sorry, Robin. Sorry. Didn't know that would happen. Ooh, I'm still alive though.
I'll just get another orphan.
Next.
That's fine.
All right. Let's see.
My wife came in here and told me that voice is too scary because she just watched Stranger Things.
Oh.
It's just a Batman voice. It's not scary. All right.
Pray to
This
me.
is-
Pray to me.
All right. Okay, so Valfire, you make your way up the tunnel. And at one point it becomes really steep and you have to you're actually like kind of climbing an almost vertical surface before it sort of tops out and starts to slope downward. And you find yourself kind of sticking your head down into what looks to be a hallway of the same sort of worked stone, but this natural burrow has sort of like, come into the top of it. And as you look down, you can see there are 3 doors in this sort of long hallway, one at the left end of the hallway, one at the right end, and then one sort of in the center, behind, one in the center on the north wall, essentially. On the south wall, there are 2 piles of rubble, essentially, that have sort of caved in some type of entrance.
Okay, I will
Or 2 entrances, I
telepathically.
should say.
If Roar's within 30 feet of me, I will telepathically talk to him and just tell him the shape of the room and what it looks like.
Okay.
And then I said,
And sorry, there's one other thing there. Next to the center door, there is another sort of burrowing tunnel that leads off sort of diagonally from that door to the right of it. So sort of between the center door and the right door, there's a tunnel that kind of burrows off.
would I have a sense of like how he traveled geographically in relation to where our compatriots are? Is it like south of me? Like, do any of these doors potentially connect in that direction?
Yeah, make
But
a
it's
survival check.
survival check.
Make a survival check. Yeah.
20.
20. Yeah, very good. Yeah, so you feel like you've traveled almost directly north at a steep altitude up and then a steep altitude down. And you get the sense that the two doors in that previous chamber that were blocked in sort of lead into this hallway, and it's the rubble on the other side that you're seeing of the cave-ins.
I see. And I'll communicate that to Hror, who is still behind me, is my guess.
Yeah, everybody is still in the hallway on the other the cavern on the other side of the room. Yeah.
Hror was trying to come with me. Was he able
yeah.
to do that or no?
Oh, you were? Okay. So you can slip into small spaces without issue, right? So yeah, you sort of like on your stomach, kind of inching your way forward. You're basically right behind Valfire and see the same thing.
All right. I say telepathically, and I say, you can respond just thinking. I say to Hror, I said, should we continue in the room or should we go back and get the other people?
Telepathically? Can Owl
Yeah,
talk to you in here?
No, I could talk to you telepathically because of my halfling ability.
Yeah, that's a pretty neat trick. I gotta learn this trick. Wait, I do kind of know this trick. Oh, we should get the others.
All right, you go back. I'll explore for a little bit more.
I'll leave you with Owl.
Sounds good. And I will turn into a rat, and I will then go down and just scurry around, wild shape into a rat, and scurry around that area looking for clues or whatever.
Okay. As Hror makes his way back, you wild shape into a rat form and drop down into the hallway. The hallway is of the same sort of stone. The floor is completely dusty. The hallway is full of cobwebs. It looks like it has not been maintained in quite some time. Not to mention the two sort of cave-ins in the doorways here on the south wall. You notice that there is a moldy sort of threadbare hall runner that kind of stretches across the length of the hallway that is largely dilapidated and covered in a slimy sort of goopy material, probably the waste of these creatures that have infested this layer in the intervening years. The doors are similar to the doors that you saw previously. They're metal doors that seem to sort of go off in these three different directions. And the hallway, the cavern, the burrowed cavern that you see is very thin. You think your allies could slip through, but they'd have to kind of stand like, sort of sideways and sort of like squeeze their way into this cavern.
Okay.
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me, actually, if you're rooting around in there.
Natural 20 for
Natural 20.
21.
21, very good. So as you are scurrying about, you notice that because of some broken stone on the floor, there is actually a gap between the door. The door on the left, there's a gap between the door on the left and the floor. So you could conceivably try to crawl in there in your rat form.
Yeah, I probably won't do that. What about the cave-in? Does it look like I could go through there and like rat my way into the room where my compatriots are?
Make a survival check to see if you can find a way through.
21.
21. Yeah, I'll say with your tiny rat form, you find that you're able to kind of go between the cracks and crevices made by some of these larger pieces of stone, and the rest of you who are waiting there, or actually no, you're not in that room, but yeah, you do make your way through to the other side through the rubble, and you find yourself in the original chamber with the glowing orb on the.
All right, then I'll work my way over to where my group is.
Okay. Yeah, you start squeaking your way. You're behind them. Yeah. All right, the rest of you see a rat. The rest of you see a rat behind you that's just sort of standing there.
Kill it! We must kill it! It is animal!
I'll let Owl eat it. It's fine.
Okay, now let the owl feast. It sounds the owl's very hungry bird.
Once again, Hror, I don't actually consume. I don't have the same physicality as you do.
I know owls do this weird thing where they like just leave the bones behind and stuff. It's fine.
No, Hror, I've told you this before. I'm not actually an owl. I'm an arcane personification.
Rory,
spirit-
why your
spirit
owl
brought to
not,
you, but
not
I mean,
eating rodent?
in
Isn't
owl form,
love
I don't know.
rodent?
I don't know.
It's-
He's
why
very
is this
particular.
creature speaking over me? I don't understand. Who is he anyway?
Rory,
the-
why not you control your owl?
This is Smiles. Al. He's he just changes up everything every once in a while. I think that last night had a little bit of an effect on him. You know what I mean?
I will
This
eat
is-
rat.
Most irregular. Is he talking about eating a rat? This is disgusting.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, there's a room in here. Can you guys sneak in? Can you guys get through here with us?
Lucius looks at the hole that you guys crawled through. I think my initial impression is like, Aarakocra aren't comfortable burrowing. Not all, some are, but like most, like maybe the burrowing owl types, but like he's like, Rose, man, my wings, man. I don't know if I'm gonna get through this hole.
Yeah, I can help with that.
Valfire, where are you? We hear you. We hear you.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. I'm speaking to you telepathically.
Ah.
This is my telepathic voice.
Okay.
And I
Yes,
say,
but where are you?
I'm on your foot, and I'll
Bro,
climb up.
Bro,
Climb
we'll
up
get
the
with
rat.
you as soon as we kill this rat.
Yeah.
Oh, I am the
Hold
rat,
on.
you fool. You fool!
are
I'm a
the-
droid.
Enjoy. Valfire, wait. Can we open that back door back there? Do you think so? We can clear it.
I have two thoughts on that.
Okay.
One, I can try thunder waving the rock away and see if we can blast our way through it.
I love
I
it.
can't
Yes.
say if that's good or bad. Secondly, I could also reduce Lucius to a small form, as long as Smiles can get through there on his skinny self, and then we might be able to squeeze through. So
I
can
like the
cast enlarge
Thunderwave
reduce.
thing. I like the Thunderwave idea.
Bros, man, the thunder wave is gonna be loud.
You know what?
I agree.
You know, I heard
know
the
what?
story once
They
about
have
this
to
party
know.
that went
They
into
have
this
to know.
dungeon, and like one of them dropped like a skeleton down this well, and like bad things happened, man.
Mhm.
Like, you know,
All right.
Worse
fine.
than what has already happened to us. I feel like we have already experienced worse thing.
Mhm.
yeah, they had to run, man. They had
Your
to
feathers are red.
Did they have
It
to
is
fly?
hideous.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Lots of fools in that party.
So I
Uh,
say, all right,
go ahead,
then let's
yeah.
do it the quiet way, and I just start taking my druidic symbol and hold it out, and I say, "Are you willing, Lucius? Big bird, man."
If we need to get through this hole, man, yeah, man. I can't
Alright.
get through the way I am in my beautiful
All right, so
red
so
self.
I turn out of the rat form back to my halfling form, and I put my hand and I cast enlarge reduce, but I reduce Lucius half his normal size.
Okay. All right. Lucius, you feel your form start to contract and shrink as your entire frame just starts to what is it? It's half the size, a quarter of the size, something like that.
Half, yeah.
Half the size, yeah. So you shrink down from to about to what, about 3 feet tall thereabouts.
Man, this like really like messing with my head, man. Like
Oh, it is
Christmas.
giant owl.
first my feathers get changed color, and now I'm small. Man, this is all weird.
And I'm just like yelling this high pitched voice.
Bros, this ain't cool, man.
Owl is kind of looking over at you, like perched on Hror's shoulders. Like, still larger than I am, I suppose.
All right, let's climb through.
But like, yeah, Lucius is just like
Yep.
climbing up there and getting into the hole. He'll go through.
Okay. All right. In this new form, it is actually quite easy for you to slip through, and you make your way through to the other side without a problem. Smiles, are you going through also?
Yes, I will follow these parties.
Okay. You manage to also sneak through. It's much slower going for you, especially in your sort of hefty dragonborn form, but you do manage to squeeze through at a much slower pace, but eventually find yourself wriggling out of the hole at the top and into the hallway.
What's
on
the
the other
question?
side.
Could he change his shape to be a smaller creature?
Yeah, I don't think you can change the height too dramatically, but you can certainly become something
That's
thinner as long
bulky.
as you're still like a humanoid.
Taller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually will turn into a dwarf to do this trip. My name. Okay. I will go through now.
Okay. Doors are still a little bit on the stocky side, but you managed to get through just fine.
That's true.
All right. So the rest of you, so you all kind of make it through the tunnel and into the hallway, where you are confronted with these three doors in this one tunnel that veers off to the northwest.
I feel like these doors are just dead ends. I feel like this tunnel is probably the thing we need to go exploring. Don't you think there, guys?
Man, that sounds great, but like we totally should probably check out the door, man, maybe?
I mean, I'll pull on some doors. Which one do you want? You know what? I'll take the one in the middle. That one in the middle's for me.
I'll help you.
I told the man, do it.
I'm
I
helping.
got you. And then like this little bird, half bird, 3-foot bird, just like tries to pull on the door.
Are you taking the right one or the center one with us?
This is the center.
Okay.
Center door. Okay. All right. You go towards the center door and attempt to pull on it. It looks like the same make as the other metal doors that you've seen. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
I did. I rolled an 18 for a 19.
18. All right, very good. Yeah, the door. There's a lot of moisture in this cave, and the door has kind of rusted, and it seems to be kind of jammed against the frame. But with a good few hard tugs, you manage to, with this loud sort of iron, rusty iron creak, you pull it open. It bangs against the side wall, and inside, you hear the chittering and skittering of many legs, hard carapace legs scraping against the stone floor. And you can see in the dim illumination that Valfire's head is still kind of casting into the room. The shadowy sort of lizard-like features of these large creatures, two of these adult creatures, kind of hissing and sputtering at you as acid sort of drools from their fangs and spatters against the stone floor
Close the
with
door, bros.
hisses.
Close the door. Close the door.
We are going to roll for initiative, but when we come back next week, we will find out how this encounter resolves itself.
It's America.
Beautiful.
Man, maybe.
Are we rolling? Wait, are we rolling now, or are we just gonna save the rolls?
We'll just save it. We'll roll next week
Okay.
when we regroup.
Okay.
I should have.
All right.
I should have morphed into Antonio, not Otto.
What?
Antonio's smaller.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I see.
You have a list of these things.
Yeah.
I'm taking a note. Mike's voice still high when we start. next
Yeah,
episode.
remind me of that next week because I will forget.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that spell is just gonna keep going, and you're just
Unless
I intend on changing shape back to the Dragonborn and yeah, to this new red Dragonborn.
to vengeance.
I
My
think
name is vengeance.
Yes.
just remember it does take an action to change back. So
Yes, but when a door opens and I hear noise, maybe shift action beforehand. It's okay.
if you want to spend your first action in combat doing that, you can.
No, I do not like to do this.
You should.
It does not make difference.
Flavor.
It's all flavor. All right,
right,
good job, guys.
All right.
yeah.
Thank you.